Hillary Clinton compares her Republican opponents to terrorists, while voters say the best word to describe her is liar. This is Special Report. Good evening, welcome to Washington. I'm Bret Baier. We begin tonight with word association, but it's no game. Hillary Clinton is incurring the wrath of Republicans everywhere by comparing GOP presidential candidates to terrorists, while registered voters in a new national poll say the word that comes to mind for Clinton is not very flattering either. We have Fox team coverage. Carl Cameron with the seemingly unstoppable Trump machine, despite the one-word adjective he most inspires. But we begin with Ed Henry in Cleveland, Ohio, covering a Clinton campaign trying to deal with trust issues. Hi, Ed.
Good evening, Brett. Clinton came here to Ohio because Democrats delivered a major victory for her in 2008. She said today they lifted her when she was down. Well, she's falling down again, so tonight she's lashing out.
Always believe that when
dealing with an email flap she can't shake, Hillary Clinton today tried to revive talk of a Republican war on women by attacking Marco Rubio on abortion and Jeb Bush on Planned Parenthood, comparing the GOP candidates to terrorists.
Extreme views about women, we expect that from some of the terrorist groups. We expect that from people who don't want to live in the modern world. But it's a little hard to take coming from Republicans who want to be the president of the United States.
The Republican National Committee charged that attack was, quote, a new low for her flailing campaign. She should apologize immediately for her inflammatory rhetoric. Clinton is on offense to deal with an enthusiasm gap that was on full display in Cleveland. She drew an extremely small crowd of roughly 2,500 people at the campus of Case Western Reserve University, a far cry from the rallies of over 20,000 people Democratic Socialist Senator Bernie Sanders has drawn, or the largest crowd of 29,000 this cycle for Republican Donald Trump. A new national poll from Quinnipiac University shows while Clinton still leads the Democratic horse race, 61% said she is not honest and trustworthy. 34% say she is. And when asked the first word that comes to mind when they think of Hillary Clinton, 178 of those surveyed said liar. 123 said dishonest. 93 said untrustworthy. 82 said experience. 59 said strong. 56 said Bill. And Clinton did not want to discuss the FBI investigation when Fox caught up with her today.
Senator Clinton, have you been contacted by the FBI yet? Are you willing to talk to the FBI?
Clinton's troubles have opened the door for Vice President Joe Biden, and a former Obama-Biden fundraiser today expressed the alarm among Democrats. Fundraiser Douglas Goldman telling the Wall Street Journal, quote, at this point, I don't think Hillary Clinton is electable in a general election. The Quinnipiac poll shows Biden doing better in matchups with Republicans. Biden beats Trump 48% to 40% and tops Bush 45% to 39%. And Biden could make a strong play for the Obama coalition, which may be why Clinton is keeping a close eye on the African-American vote.
Black Lives Matter.
Now, late today, the vice president met with the AFL-CIO president, Richard Trumka. The labor union has not endorsed anyone yet. That could be a difficult sign for Clinton. Meanwhile, the Washington Post has just posted a long investigative piece about close Clinton aide Huma Abedin. It's charging that she had all these overlapping roles that allowed her to do work at the State Department, the Clinton Foundation, and the private consulting company Teneo. Republican Senator Charles Grassley has just fired off a letter tonight demanding answers about what he sees as a major conflict of interest, Brett.
You know, Ed, about that Washington Post report, it centers on details about Clinton's final trip as Secretary of State. So what are we learning about that tonight?
Right, and in part it focuses on a dinner in Dublin that Huma Abedin set up for Secretary of State Clinton that included, get this, donors to the Clinton campaigns, donors to the Clinton Foundation, executives of the consulting firm Teneo that Abedin was also being paid by. She was setting all of this up on her State Department official email account. All of this reporting by the Washington Post based on previously unreported documents obtained by conservative activist David Bossie in a lawsuit. Fox tonight has just obtained some of these emails from Huma Abedin. We'll be bringing you more details tomorrow night, Brett.
More to come. Ed Henry on the trail. Ed, thanks. Participants in that national survey said arrogant was the best word for Donald Trump. But right now, he seems to have a lot to be arrogant about. Chief political correspondent Carl Cameron tonight as the Trump phenomena intensifies.
Billionaire front-running Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has led the polls for more than 2 months, and addressing a Chamber of Commerce lunch crowd in South Carolina today proclaimed his candidacy bigger than himself.
What we've done has been amazing, and it's not me, there's a movement going on. This is not like a normal, when you see Bush at 300 people and they're happy, and we have 17 or 1,800 people, and it's just there's something happening. There's something happening.
A new Quinnipiac poll shows Trump surging 8 points in the last month to 28% nationally, more than double Ben Carson at 12, and the rest of the pack in single digits. Trump says he's tapped into the, quote, silent majority, but he also tops the Q Poll's No Way survey with 26% of Republicans saying they'll never vote for him. Jeb Bush has lost ground as Trump has gained. 18% of Republicans say there's no way they'll vote for Bush. More than any other candidate, including Clinton, Bush gets hammered the most by Trump.
There's a reason he doesn't use his last name, because it's not going to work too well. Because we had a lot of problems with that last name. We had a lot of problems. There was an article that Jeb's funding is drying up. His paper. No, it's drying up. You know why? Because he's losing so badly. To me.
Trump recently touted his new national campaign chairman, Iowa social conservative Sam Clovis, who quit as Rick Perry's chairman this week. Yes. But 6 weeks ago, Clovis, in a leaked memo to the Perry campaign published in the Des Moines Register today, warned, quote, Trump left me with questions about his moral center and his foundational beliefs. His comments reveal no foundation in Christ, which is a big deal. Trump shrugged it off.
Well, I haven't heard about it, but, he was on the other side. The fact that he joined, I think, says so much.
In promoting his 20-year-old book, The Art of the Deal, Trump routinely jokes the only book he likes more is the Bible. When Bloomberg asked for his favorite verses yesterday, he balked.
I wouldn't want to get into it because, to me, that's very personal. The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Trump leads the polls in New Hampshire, too, where Ohio Governor John Kasich has knocked Bush out of second place in recent polls. The super PAC supporting Kasich plans to up its current ad campaign with a $5 million blitz in September and October, far more than any other campaign so far.
The coziest candidate with Trump to date is Ted Cruz, who's invited the billionaire to a Capitol Hill demonstration a week and a half from now on the Iran nuclear deal. Cruz makes no bones about courting what Trump today called the silent majority. And that's a phrase, Brett, goes back to Richard Nixon in 1969.
All right, Carl, thank you. Well, earlier this year in our presidential contenders piece on Trump, I asked him about his faith. Are you religious?
I'm pretty religious, went to church on Easter. People don't realize I'm Presbyterian, Protestant Presbyterian. And I went to Sunday school for years in Queens. And I'm a believer. Am I religious like some people? Probably not. But I am religious. What is happening to Christians and Jews? But for some reason, the focus now is on Christians. I'll tell you what, that wouldn't happen if I'm at the helm. When they kill 350 people because they're Christian, and we have a president that won't even say that. He calls them terrorists. He doesn't talk about where they're coming from, what their thought. They killed people because they're Christians. I will tell you, Christians and Jews are going to be protected if I run and if I win. They will be protected like never, ever before.
As you know, in some of those early states, evangelical Christians make up a pretty significant block of voters. How do you think you would do with them?
I think I'd do great with them. I think I'd do great. I have a very good marriage, but I had 2 marriages. But I think I'd do great with them. I think that I am Protestant, which helps, I guess. I am Presbyterian, which really helps. I've been confirmed. I have my confirmation picture all ready to go. I was actually much cuter than I am right now. I think I'd do very well. Look, they want to see the country be great again, and I'm the one to make the country great again. Otherwise, they're not going to have a country. They're not going to have a country.
You can see all of our Contenders series stories on our homepage, foxnews.com/special report. Up next, New Orleans, 10 years after Katrina. First, here's what some of our Fox affiliates around the country are covering tonight. Fox 40 in Jackson, Mississippi, with a report of a shooter on the campus of Mississippi State University. Authorities say they arrested a man, but no injuries were reported and no shots fired. A campus spokesperson says charges are pending. Fox 10 in Phoenix says an Arizona man is charged with providing material support to ISIS and helping a college student travel to Syria for military training. What makes the case against Ahmed Mohammed al-Gamal stand out is that there was no in-person contact to establish and solidify the relationships. It was all done online. And this is a live look at Miami from our affiliate WSVN down there. The big story there tonight, bracing for what could be Hurricane Erika Monday in Florida. Erika is still a tropical storm and has already dumped 15 inches of rain across Dominica, killing at least 4 people. Next in its path, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and the Dominican Republic. That's tonight's live look outside the Beltway from Special Report. We'll be right back.